Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Latanya Carla, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the best side hustles of 2023 that no one is talking about. I have 5 great side hustles that I have come up with that I think that, well, I didn't come up with them, but I'm seeing people making money doing these things, and I just don't think people are really hip to how much money they could be making from these side hustles. Now, mind you, I'm saying side hustles and not passive income. These are not passive income streams. These are side hustles, okay? It's going to take a little effort on your part, but the return that you could get on these investments are pretty good. So let's jump right into my top 5. Number 1 is party planning. Party planning is a very normal thing, right? But I think post-pandemic, are we allowed to say that? More people are wanting to have parties and have get-togethers and gather. And I think that planning parties, if you're creative about the type of parties you plan, you can make a lot of money. One of the best ones I've seen have been picnic parties, right? I've seen people create just using like picnic tables and pillows and dining ware and glasses and all this stuff and design these very beautiful tablescapes for gatherings, whether it's a brunch, and those items are rented. It could be for a birthday party. It could be for a girls' brunch. These are just great ways that people have been thinking about getting together. Another one that still falls into the party planning genre would be glamping. Like, this is another thing on top of the picnic parties, but also doing glamping, which is like glam camping, where you have a tent. The tent is like decorated to the nines and like creating this luxurious. I have a friend who has a business like this, and it is a lucrative business. She's doing really well with this business, and she's so good at the decorating and all that stuff. It's great for getting together with your girlfriends, birthday celebrations, bridal showers, date night. Some people actually camp out for the night. All those things are different price points, are different ways that you can price your service, and that's a rental. Those are ways that you're renting out equipment. A lot of these side hustles will take some upfront costs, but I think the cost of what you would pay to get the supplies that you would need to build these business, whether you're doing picnic parties or you're doing glamping, is small in comparison to the profit margin, the amount of money that you can make from doing these parties or people booking you for that service. It's something to think about. As I go through these side hustles, you'll see that some of them, they do take some upfront money, but if you're able to do that, it can be very profitable for you in the long term. Number 2, photo booth rental and the 360 photo spinning thing that you see at a lot of like weddings and birthday parties. Those items can be rented for $1,000, $1,500 for 4 or 5 hours a night. It is crazy. While the equipment may cost some money for you up front, if you can rent that for that amount of money, that is a very big profit margin, especially if you're doing that every weekend. I went with a friend of mine to a wedding expo, and there was a mother and daughter who were promoting the service there. They were telling everybody about their photo rentals, and they were getting people signed up right there. People were booking them right away because they wanted that at their party. And they were like the only ones at this huge expo. They were like the only ones who had this service. And I was just like, man, if anybody wants this, this is like the place to go, because if they don't know anywhere else, these people are right here ready to be booked. I think it's a smart business. The cost of buying those equipment can be about $1,000, I think. Sometimes you could get it for less, but the amount of money you can make from it, I think it's a great investment. The third side hustle that I think is great for women in 2023 that no one is talking about is soft play rental. Now, soft play, and I'm going to talk about bounce houses too, because bounce house, big blow up, moon bounces and things, that is a lucrative business, but you also need a place to store those things. You need someone who's able to set up and break down, maybe if you can't do it yourself. And it does take a power source in order to do that. Still a lucrative business, but soft play doesn't require all of that. And it's great for smaller children. If you've ever been to one of those indoor play places, they have the little ball pits and the soft walls that the kids can play on and slide down and all those things. I'll put up a picture of those items. You can purchase for $500, maybe less. You can rent that for $500 to $1,000 a weekend, maybe even more, for a kid's birthday party and make some money doing that. I've seen people making a lot of money doing doing this. And so this is a great idea if you're thinking about how to start a new side hustle. So the next one on my list is baby gear rental. I think this is a really untapped market. As an Airbnb host, I offer baby gear rental. People are traveling. They may not want to bring all of the things. I have children and I have a bunch of stuff that my kids have grown out of. High chairs and strollers, car seats and things of that nature. So it's a way to use those things for other people, whether it be playpens, all of that. When people are traveling, they don't want to travel with all those things. One of the items that I have is a Duna stroller. It's actually like a car seat stroller, which is great, especially if you have an Airbnb that's in like a city. People may not be driving while they're in your town, and they may rather have to wait on an Uber that has a car seat, which can take longer and can be a hassle. You could have this stroller that breaks down into a car seat. And so that in itself has been, just that one item has brought in a lot of revenue just from the one. It was expensive when we got it. I think it was $550 for this stroller, which is, a lot to spend on a stroller, but the prices of strollers have gotten crazy in general. But $550 for a stroller, and now being able to make multiple times that, renting it out. My son has grown out of it. That stroller can last a child up to about 18 months. That one item brings in a lot of money. Playpens, strollers, high chairs, great way to make some income with some of that baby gear that you may have laying around that you don't know what to do with. It's still in great condition and you don't want to get rid of it. And you don't want to just throw it out, right? So it's a way to make some extra money. Now, another side hustle that no one's talking about is laundry services. I have a laundry service. It's one of the income streams that I have that I also offer with my Airbnb. I offer it to guests, but I also offer it to other Airbnb hosts as a laundry service for, helping them turn over the property when one guest leaves and new guests are coming. I try to make that easier with that laundry service. That started as just an opportunity I saw as a host. But now that business, I don't just serve the host and the guests. I now serve also residential customers and also other commercial customers who are not Airbnb related. Nail salons, barbershop, who have linens that need to be washed all the time. I honestly set that business up so quickly because I just saw a need and was just like, let me get this set up real quick so that I can start generating some income from it. It's one of the income streams that has grown the fastest because people need that service. People are willing to pay to not have to deal with the laundry, and they have to get it done quickly, especially in a commercial space. In a business where there are a lot of linens that need to be washed at all times, you have to stay on top of it. It can be a lucrative business. If you can get that business out there and tell as many other businesses as you can, it can be very lucrative. And I don't think people really realize that. And honestly, if you feel weird about doing people's laundry, you don't necessarily have to do it. If you price it well, you can hire someone to do the laundry for you, or you can take it to a laundromat that has a wash and fold, and they probably do it for like $1 per pound. I think they still do. But if you are pricing your services properly, then those costs won't be a major impact to your bottom line. So I think that it is an idea to consider when building your business. I am all about drop services. I've built multiple businesses through drop servicing, where I don't actually fulfill the service. I have someone else fulfill the service, whether it be another business or whether it be hiring someone as a contractor to take care of it. So yeah, laundry service. If you're not on it, think about that. So those are 5. I think I might have even given y'all 6. I don't even know how many I gave. I might have given 6 or 7. But I have one more, and that is event space rental. This one will take a little bit of capital on your part to actually get a space because, let me not say capital. I think you will have to lease a space in the same way like you would lease anything else. You would have to lease a space. It may take some capital in terms of like getting equipment for that space, depending on what you want to do with it, what you want that space to be used for. Maybe you might need some table and chairs that you make available. Or maybe at first you just have the space that people can rent and they do whatever they want to do with it. If you're renting that out for a few hours every weekend, you could possibly have 2 events a day, maybe in the daytime and one in the evening. and then set up, break down, do that over the weekend. If you did that every weekend, you could make that money that covers the rent as well as profit. You're really just providing the space. And as that business grows, as that business develops and you're reinvesting some of that money that you're making from it, you can start to buy more supplies for the space and offer more services. If you're going to buy more things for the space, you want that to be an upsell on your service. And, as you are building that business as well, you'll start to come in contact with other providers in that event space. So photographers, DJs, because people are going to be booking your space out and they're going to be hiring photographers and DJs and, caterers, equipment rental people. And those are all contacts that you can make that can also be a way to provide a drop service, right? Because you could offer those services and pay that business to fulfill the service. That's good for you, and that's also good for the business. While you're also making money on that rental space, you could also be making, 15%, depending on how you price, from hiring a caterer. There's plenty of ways to do that where you don't actually have to fulfill all of the services. Event space rental can actually be a side hustle that you have to actually do work in, but it can also be a very lucrative passive income stream if you have someone who can manage all of these things for you, and if you have people who are also fulfilling the services for you rather than you fulfilling them themselves. And that is how you build income streams on each other. So those are my best side hustle ideas for 2023 that I don't think anyone's talking about. If you're a woman thinking about how to create some money for yourself, some extra money, and you want to know some side hustles, I hope this video was helpful. I said I would give you 5, but I think I might have given about 7 or 8, but I stopped counting at some point. There's so many ideas out there. You just have to open your mind as to what the possibilities are. And once you figure out one, you can figure out ways to also create more and scale. Scale. Invest your money, put your money back into your business where you can, and put your money back into your business first. Not just when you can, but put it back first so that you can scale. And I hope this video was helpful. If you like this video, if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend. And I will see you in the next one.